What is going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. What's going on? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. What's going on, Omar, Prosper, T Black, Surf? What's going on, guys? Paranoid, Kent, Mark. What's going on, guys? Nia, Tai, Tay, Today, Titty. I don't know how to say your name. Radical Theory, Ro, Meezy. What's going on? All right, a lot of interesting pre-market news here, or not pre-market news, but pre-market movers. So ASML is one that I've talked about quite a bit, and one that I actually alerted in the Discord, and one that we're invested in as well. But ASML is it works with it's not a chip company, but it manufactures chip components, right? So Nvidia, Samsung being its big customers. But it had retraced down to a level that I was eyeing for a long time, right here in the 680s. And we are now seeing a bounce pre-market to 756. So already up a good chunk on ASML as long as this holds. Uber is another one that I've talked about. If you guys have been following my videos or my tweets, or you're on the Discord, this is one that also hit a level that I was eyeing right here when it hit just below $60, ripping now pre-market to 67 and change. Nvidia obviously needs no introduction. That one ripping pre-market to 148. I said that, I think that Nvidia is on track to 165 in the short to mid-term, right? 163 puts it at $4 trillion market cap. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. All right. That's what I wanted to get. Yeah. And so, it did break structure. It did look like it was going to continue on a downtrend. But after making a higher high and a higher low, you can now see that this is a new uptrend, right? This being the resistance turn support level. And this is why I'm not a huge fan of head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders on their own, because this right here is a head and shoulders. It doesn't mean anything without the context of price levels, right? Support and resistance is still the most important thing in the market, and there are many ways to define it, and there are many levels of support and resistance. But that head and shoulders caused a lot of people to short Nvidia. And it's a very unreliable way to read the market, in my opinion. Tesla ripping to 422. This right here is a very important level, because you could see that this right here is where Tesla broke market structure, right? So it was creating higher highs and higher lows. All of a sudden created a lower high and then created a lower low. And now we are retesting it. So there's nothing really here yet that tells us Tesla is ready to keep ripping, besides, obviously if you look at ancillary data like options order flow, for instance, and you look at, if we have a large number of calls coming in for Tesla, which we do. But just looking at the chart right now, it's just retesting a former support level as resistance, right? So for me, it would need to close above that 431 level for me to believe in another uptrend in the short term. But we'll see. It does have earnings coming up January 29th. Still just in my Tesla shares positions, I haven't opened, any long options on Tesla in the same way that I have on NVIDIA. I have leaps. AMD, I have leaps. On Uber, I have leaps. On ASML, I have leaps as well. Let's check on AMD, speaking of the devil, real quick. And then I'll get into some day trades. All right, AMD ripping 129. It did take liquidity below that August 5th low. And if we close at this 129 level, then we will have created new bullish market structure, right? So it's creating lower highs and lower lows. And that 129 level will break above the last lower high. And so if we close here, that is a new bullish market structure. January's, leading into the inauguration tend to be bullish months. And, we've already seen the capacity for the market to rip a lot in the short term. If you see what just happened since the election, even though we gave back all the election gains, that can happen very quickly. So between now and the inauguration, yes, you can see the market ripping in a very short amount of time. It doesn't mean that 2025, in my view, is a very optimistic time for the market. I'm much more hesitant than I was in the last 2 years, that's for sure. All right, so let's jump into Baba is also ready. I personally don't invest in Chinese stocks, I'll be honest. Trade, sure, but I don't invest in Chinese stocks. All right, in terms of day trades, so we have this bullish SMT. Shout out to the mastermind students. We went over SMT in detail as part of yesterday's mastermind. But we have higher low on ES, lower low on NQ. This is bullish divergence. However, we are coming into this daily imbalance here on both ES and NQ. And what I'll be looking to see here is, if, say, we're coming into this, right? Market doesn't open for another 50 minutes. But we're coming into this, what I would want to see then on the low time frame is some sort of imbalance and confirmation that, the market is taking liquidity from the buy side, right? I would be very hesitant to short a 1% day pre-market. Obviously not opposed to it, but I would need confirmation of that, right? You can see here, this is the daily fair value gap. I'm going to keep this daily fair value gap up. Let me just draw it out more precisely. On NQ and ES. The reason is because when I'm now down in the lower time frame charts, I want to keep track of this daily fair value gap here. How to learn trading from scratch? Put in the work, bro. This generation is absolutely cooked, man. If you're asking how to learn anything and you're trying to learn from a chat box as opposed to you starting your journey on Google or YouTube and going incessantly down the rabbit hole, I don't know what to tell you, bro. If you really wanted to learn, you would just start. You know, if you want to learn how to golf, if I wanted to learn how to golf today, I would type in how to golf for beginners. The problem is people don't want to take the time. Some people don't want to take the time to learn. Do we have SMT here? No, I don't think so. Manipulation in these markets. Wow, bro. Super high IQ comment. You know, before I bought a golf set, I would start looking at videos of how to do it just to see if it's something that I want to do. AMD, ASML, good buying territory. Well, we bought way lower than that. I believe AVWAP is also important to add in the chart. It can be. Yeah, I mean, I have it right here, actually. This purple line is AVWAP. I wonder if there's a short here. I don't like that there's no SMT. I wonder if there's a short-term short here. For now, just monitoring the market. Looking to see if there's any sign of divergence between NQ and ES. I think we have our first sign of divergence, actually. NQ made a lower low. ES made a higher low. This could take us up to mitigate that daily fair value gap fully. Any possible black swan event you're expecting? How the fuck could I be expecting a black swan event? The very definition of a black swan is it's something you don't expect. How could I be expecting that? You can hear the music in the background? Oh man, I'm about to be demonetized. I learned to snowboard with YouTube videos. Yeah, same here. That's how I learned. I did take a lesson my very first day on the mountain, but I learned to progress in snowboarding from YouTube. That's for sure. Would you use TSLL to trade instead of Tesla? Not to own. That's not the same thing. You want to own Tesla shares for the long term, but to trade, yeah, I did that recently. For deliveries, I traded a TSLL Strangle that was up, and now it is down. I think it's down about 25%. After Tesla's recovery. So the Strangle might end up actually working in favor of the long side. I didn't close the call or the put. So I have both the call and the put up. But yeah, I did it in TSLL because it's cheaper than Tesla. I think I want to take a long here. I might crack a long here. Let's see this. We have the 3 minute. This right here is the CE of the fair value gap. Uh, 20. Yeah, both ES and NQ closed above the 3 minute fair value gap after creating SMT. We still haven't mitigated the daily fair value gap that we're in. We have the 850 macro coming up. Why are my indicators working here? All right. I definitely don't like this SMT between ES and NQ here. I need NQ to push up hard here. Nice. Up 230. that SMT still exists. If we get to that high right there, I'll set my stop to break even. Up 260, 270. Up 300, guys. 310. Hell yeah, let's go. ES is up at that high. Up 440, guys. Let's go. 500, baby. I'm moving this to break even. We got to that high. We'll let this sit here. Because we now have SMT at the highs between NQ and ES. If this is good for you guys, book it. For me, I want to get to that 21,777 level. Up 530, guys. Free trade here. Need to be monitoring. Oh, okay. I want to be monitoring where ES's daily fair value gap is. Because either one gets to it first. I'm outie like a Saudi. But I don't like that NQ is not. Like you see ES taking these highs. And NQ is not. Right? We now have bearish SMT divergence. So this is why I'm saying during this macro here, I need NQ to rip through that through this high to relieve that SMT. Up 560, guys. Might take one off there. Let's adjust that. Up 600, guys. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Let's go. This is what we want to see early. SMT, that still exists. Come on. How do you get to the 21.77 low? That's 2 to 1. Keep pushing. Yeah, NQ is a lot weaker than ES here. You can see ES busting through its pre-market high. NQ can't get above there. We need this push off this 830. There's still 13 minutes left in this macro, so would like to see it push off 830. For me, you know, $600 wasn't the profit that I was looking for. So I'm okay, you know, letting this go to break even, but don't blindly follow what someone else does. Like I said, if the profit is good for you, take the profit. Especially if you guys are trying to pass challenges or you have certain, you know, profit targets in your prop accounts or whatever. Can you explain why fubo is up over 100%? I don't know. I haven't looked at fubo since COVID, dude. I'll be honest. Nice push off 830. Actually, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to leave it back to where it was. Come on. You can do it, NQ. $620 now, guys. I'm expecting this SMT to be mitigated, this short-term SMT. Hopefully it gets mitigated on this push here. And then I think the second TP will be good. So if we get to that first TP, I think the second TP will be good. Should I get out of SPY puts expiring this week? Bro, I have no idea who you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know what that position is. Like, how could I tell you to get out of a position? I don't know what your portfolio looks like. I will only say this, and I mean this to be a beneficial piece of advice. I mean this in the most endearing way possible. If you're buying puts and then you are asking around what you should do with them, you probably are not the type of person that should be buying puts. You could be, right, if you learn the ropes a little bit, etc. But buying calls and puts, oh, hell yeah, 700, let's go. Come on, we need to get to that level. Come on, NQ. I mean that in the best way possible. Like you have no business buying calls and puts if you're buying puts randomly and then asking around what to do with them. Plus, I'm not sure why you'd be short the market before the inauguration. That seems like a chase play or a FOMO play, right? Because the market saw a little bit of a pullback, then you jumped into puts. I'm not sure if that was an original idea or if you were following somebody, but not the greatest time to be short the market, in my opinion. But if you don't, if you're at a point where you have a position and you don't know what to do with it, you should always sell it. I love how you have to say the same shit over and over again. They asked me a question, bro. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? They asked me a question. Tesla review. Nice Roswell shirt in your last video. Someone thought it said Powell, like Jerome Powell, and not Roswell. All right, like I said, I was playing for a bigger move, and very much okay with holding out until that bigger move. If that was good for you, good job. You banked. My position just hit break even. I think there's still another chance here. But that SMT was not able to be resolved in this macro. So I'm not going to rush into an entry. We still have, I'm not going to rush back into the same entry yet. I'm going to take time to read the market for a second. We still have, market open. The market's not even open yet. I still think that on ES or NQ up there is still the target, but I'm going to hold off here. And see what happens from now until market open. Appreciate you, Julio. All right. Someone asked me about fubo. All right. Let's look at fubo real quick. I haven't looked at this shitty stock since COVID. This looks like a good setup. I'm not gonna lie. But you said 100%? Yeah, because this piece of shit was $1. You didn't tell me you were looking at a stock that's $1. Oh, and now it's 456 pre-market. Let's see. I mean, do you guys not have trading view? If you're wondering, like, why is this thing up? Just click on this little lightning bolt and it will tell you right here. Disney Hulu Live TV deal. There you go. Do you trade options at the moment? The market is closed, my dude. You can't trade options right now. So right now I'm trading futures. Buy fubo calls at the open. Yeah, dude. Buy fubo calls at the open, bro. Here, it's up 223%, but buy it at the open. You are early. You're still early. You're gonna make a lot of money. Come on, dog. This is why, like, there should be mandatory tests before opening brokerage accounts, right? Like, not even knowing how IV works, and you still are able to buy calls and puts is wild to me, right? It's not only that fubo's up 225%. So what are you going to do coming in late to the game after everybody took their meat off the grill and you're showing up for scraps? But the IV is probably so high that you're buying, even if fubo kept going up, you're going to lose money when IV drops. Like, if you think the market is that easy that you're looking at this and it's up 200% pre-market and you're like, yeah, I have my eye on this, I'm going to make money. As opposed to someone who, you know, if they had a thesis and they bought fubo down here for some reason, which I didn't, I'm just saying, that's not the way it works, bro. My goal for 2025 is to make sure to eradicate or try and eradicate all these shitty habits that retail traders continue to find themselves doing for some reason. You don't think that a soft landing is possible? I think anything is possible. I don't know who I would be to say it's impossible. But the question is not whether it's impossible. The question is a matter of probabilities. Do you think AMD's oversold? I think the term oversold is arbitrary, but yes, I think I'm already in AMD leaps, and I sold AMD cash secure puts. Romizi, appreciate it. Your donation to St. Jude's, first of the day. Thank you so much. Are there even options for this low cap for fubo? Yeah, but you are honestly probably better off trading the shares. That's one way to avoid getting IV crushed. Finance YouTubers, Trump canceled the recession. I don't know what you're referring to, but I think there is definitely going to be a battle between Trump and Jerome Powell. I think that is going to be the main topic of discussion. Man, that was such a nice trade in the morning. I just wish we found some continuation with it. Macro is done. I'm going to take my time here until market open. We cannot predict the future, just DCA. Yeah, bro, just DCA. You shouldn't try to read a chart. You shouldn't look at the 200 moving average. You shouldn't look at whether a stock is cheap or not. You should just blindly DCA. Even though we have all these tools to help us weight our investment more at certain levels. Yeah, thank God I didn't long this again. This is what patience is, man. And also being very accepting of what you signed up for in the trade, right? So in that trade, I was up $700 per account. But for me, I already accepted that that is not what I'm searching for. I was looking for a bigger move, right? So when I set my stop to break even, I'm very much okay doing that. And, you know, making $0 on the trade in exchange for potentially making $1,500 on the trade. JB, I mean, dude, I'm just being realistic, bro. Like, if you want to say it's mean or rude or whatever, fine. This is a market and people are getting chewed up left and right. And if I don't instill some free realism based on my experience in a very raw way, then people are not going to get the hint. But if someone's asking me, I bought a shitload of SPY puts, what do you think I should do with them? Or do you think I should buy fubo calls now that it's up 233% pre-market? How else do you want me to respond to that? So if I respond in a way that's wrapped in tough love, hopefully someone will remember that. So if you want to be sensitive about it, that's all good. But the market breaks people, and the market breaks people's bank accounts, and the market ruins lives, and people take the shit very lightly, and they get wiped out in the process. So if this isn't an environment where tough love is warranted, then this channel is not for you, bro. Go be sensitive somewhere else. See green, take green, bro. I don't know what that means. Z is the father figure that never left for milk. Or a pack of smokes. We still have that SMT between NQ and ES. Man, thank God I didn't long this again. Wait, what's today? Services PMI 945. That's it. Wow. This is how powerful SMT is, man. Thoughts on TMF? You have my every thought and prayer, bro. This is why I didn't re-enter that long, guys. We managed this risk very well. Set the stop to break even, stop hit. You don't get angry and re-enter. Why didn't you go long? Because of the SMT? Yeah. Because when I was in that long that was up, this is why I always look at ES and NQ side by side. NQ was struggling to get above its pre-market high. ES got above its pre-market high and then dropped down to that 830 level. That's why I didn't re-enter the long, because that SMT was still there. Both dropped to the AVWAP level. Revenge trading is so hard to get over. You know it's not hard to get over? Losing your ass. So you do it enough times. And you'll stop revenge trading. We took last week's high. I still think the daily fair value gap. This right here is manipulation. I think we're going back up. You have consolidation, manipulation. And I think when the market opens back up, we go up. Either ES or NQ will take the DFVG. Is that a news candle? This isn't even that many points, guys. Like, it looks big because you're on an intraday chart. The market is still up 0.8%. Low 21,642. We have relative equal lows here on NQ. I wonder if that gets resolved first. We have a lot of time. Market is opening soon. For those of you just joining, I had already went long here on NQ, was up $700 per account. Set my stop to break even. Some people took profits. I didn't. I set my stop to break even, let it play out, and hit my break even. So that's where we are for the day, or at least where I am for the day. That candle looks like the start of a recession. Yeah, man. I wish I had a moderator. I wish I had a moderator that can, like, I wish I had I wish there was something called like the playroom, like the little kids table, and then I had a moderator that would send people there based on their questions or comments. Yeah, this is a recession, bro. This right here is the recession. Sounds like trolls get you easily. One, he's not trolling. Two, it's a YouTube stream, bro. If I don't make it entertaining, what are you here for? It's not that serious. It's just entertainment. All right. I want to look at gold and I want to look at oil as well. Someone actually had asked me to look at oil earlier, but ooh, I can see why they said look at oil. There's a unicorn on oil. Gold is done? What do you mean gold is done? Like it's not worth anything anymore? So the gift that I bought your mother, I should take it back? Where should I buy her instead? Yeah, this rally in oil is definitely concerning. Um, Yet another thing that you tend to see before recessions, right, is oil rallying towards new highs. So if oil hits that $80 mark, it hasn't hit $80 in a while, almost a whole year since it hit $80, right? I don't currently have a read on oil in terms of a play. We do have a unicorn here, but a unicorn long. But we also did take out pre-market high. And you could make a case for a short here. Right? Bounce off 830 into this fair value gap. You could make a case for a short here. So I'm not keen on logging that unicorn. I would most likely take a short instead to get to there. Oh, so it didn't even take London low. All right, let me look at gold real quick. I wonder if there's a long here. Okay, that's a 4-hour gap too. Four-hour gap. What is the dollar doing real quick? Hold on. Look at Fubo TV. No. Okay, it's up 200%, and I'm not in a position. So what am I looking at it for? That retail mindset that's like, wow, this is up 200%. How do I also get in this? You missed it. I missed it too. It's not a big deal. But it's like, this shiny object syndrome gets people in a lot of trouble, in my opinion. I wonder if we're going to see weakness. The thing is, dollar and gold have a very similar setup here. And I've seen more confluence between the dollar and gold than I have in a long time. Like, there were so many days last week where the dollar and gold were making the same move. Okay. On the 2-hour, it looks inverse, right? Yeah, this is a manipulation. I think Nasdaq continues to go up from here. At least until we get to that fair value gap that I was talking about. Whoops. Okay, market just opened, guys. 9:30. We do have news at 9:45. There's PMI news at 9:45. That's the only major news today. This week we do have non-farm employment on Friday and the unemployment rate, which is going to be a big, big deal. Where's my water? One second. So I'm looking at a long on gold. And like I said, I think NQ and ES get up to at least that level there. I was long earlier, was up 700 per account, then got stopped out. This is the distribution phase, I think, on NQ and ES. Oh, man, another SMT, guys. Another SMT, guys. Super volatile day. Let me see if I have a position here. The thing is that, you can have a setup, but the stops can also be too wide for you to enter. So either you lower your tighten your stop a bit, or you don't take the position. Those are your only choices, honestly. But I think there's a long on gold here. It's just, where do you place your stop? I think I can't play my aggressive entry on gold, which is the inverted fair value gap model. I'll have to wait to see if we get a retracement and then take a more conservative entry. I can't play an aggressive entry because the stop is too big. It throws me out of the trade in terms of a risk to reward. So What? Man, what a beautiful gap up by Uber. Hell yeah. Those of you who've been following the channel know that I've been talking about Uber since this level, and the overreaction drop due to Tesla robotaxi, as if Uber is not going to have plans in that regard as well. You could also see the volume profile here showing the most buys on Uber at that 62 level. Now trading at 67. Hell yeah. Let's see what my leaps are up to. ASML, another one that I told you guys about. Nice gap up, 5.6% today. Hell yeah. NVIDIA, another gap up, 149. Damn, all of our shit is going crazy, guys. All of our shit is going crazy. This is beautiful. Yeah, Uber looking good, exactly. Yeah, this is all stuff that I sent out in the stock alerts. And by the way, if you are just interested in long-term investing, you'll see that link in the description below. There's an option for that as well. There are a lot of people that aren't day traders or aren't interested in swing trades, and they just want the long-term investing and stock analysis. So click the link in the description. It is a much reduced rate, but you don't get to trade live with me every morning, and you don't get the swing alerts, but you will get the long-term alerts. But that's what I said. 58 to 65 range is what I was looking at for Uber. I sent this out in the beginning of December, so a month ago now. CrowdStrike was another one. NVIDIA was another one. And ASML, I think I bought that. When did I get into ASML? October. That's when I jumped into ASML. And we are now being rewarded for that. All right. I might take a crack on a gold long here. It's just my stop limit is going to be very suboptimal. So what I realistically have to wait for is a break of structure and a potential unicorn off this breaker. So I'm going to set an alert here on gold, looking for longs. I just need the setup to be there. And like I said, NQ, I told you in the beginning of the stream, rewind it if you want. That's my target right there, that purple line. And that's where we're going to. All right. We have news in 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Yeah, no position on CL. Nothing on RTY or YM just yet. There actually could be a long on YM. So we're in this 1 hour fair value gap. After taking this high, we do have equal highs right here. So we could look at the low time frame and see if it confirms a long at some point. So what's on my list right now is a YM potential long. And a potential long on gold. Yo, dude, I just said it. No need to run away from me. Give me a minute, bro. All right, guys. Our recent buys, Uber, ASML, NVIDIA up massively today. Congrats to those who got in. I'm going to continue the live stream on the Discord. We have news coming up in 5 minutes. So we'll continue the live stream and the live trading on the Discord. If you want to join us, link is below. So make sure that if you want to follow along with me and continue the live stream up until New York lunch, so another 2.5 hours of live streaming my trades, join below. If you just want to join the investing floor and you're not interested in day trading, there's that option as well. The rest of you that are in the Discord, I will see you in the Discord in a few minutes. Those of you on YouTube, it was great hanging out with y'all. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully I entertained you. Peace.